How are you? How you doing? It's long since I did a video. I've been doing just live videos. Yeah, so welcome so much. If you are a subscriber here, welcome. If you are a new subscriber, please, I welcome and I urge you and I ask you to subscribe to this channel. Yeah, thus this is where we speak and we talk about everything. Yeah, so welcome so much. Karibuni sana sana sana. Karibuni sana. So the last video I did was how Nairobi River raised me up. And today I just want to do a continuation of that. Yeah. So it started like this. Where we used to live was just opposite Nairobi River. It was in an estate in Eastlands called Jerusalem Estate. Kule chini, opposite Nairobi River, opposite Moi Air Base. Karibu na Isili Section 3, karibu na Kimathi Estate. Yeah, that is where I was brought up. And that is where I was raised up. I even schooled there in primary school. Yeah, so it started like this. So we were 6 of us, and my mom and my dad. So there were circumstances there were things that happened, and my mom and my dad couldn't meet up with the bills and everything. So I don't want to dwell on that so much. I just want to dwell on how my mom farmed and brought us up through Nairobi River. So my mom looked at what to do. So there was this woman alikuwa anaitwa Mama Maina. So Mama Maina used to come and farm on those lands, and there are few people who used to farm. So Mama Maina used to be my mom's friend. So that's where they used to leave their pangas, their tools, their farming tools. They used to leave them at my place. So this one day, my mom, I think Mama Maina we used to call her Shosho Maina. But we called her Shosho Mia, I don't know why. Shosho Mia. Yeah, that's the name that we used to call her. So Shosho Mia told I think my Shosho Mia advised my mom, instead of you struggling with your children here, come, I show you how to farm through this river. So I think she showed my mom how to farm, and she gave my mom some land there. Yeah, so my mom started farming. So when my mom started farming, she started farming just a little. It was just a little farm, very little. She started farming sukuma wiki and this mboga kienyeji. So akaendelea kufarm tu, anaendelea kufarm. Yeah, so akaanza tu ile tunakula tu, ile ni ya kukula tu kwa nyumba. Paying school fees, paying rent. She used to, sometimes she used to borrow, yeah, debts, borrow here and there, yeah, to meet up with the needs that she had. So she started farming, just little farming there. So she could just go do this farming, little farming, anafanya hapo vegetables. Yeah, Shosho Mia used to give us bananas to cook. She used to give us some things to cook from her farm. When she harvests maybe maize, beans, she used to give us some, yeah, to eat, you know. At least now with food, she never used to struggle. But we could see her struggling paying rent, because we used to pay rent and we used to go to school. And the 6 of us, we were going to school, all of us. So she had to pay school fees. And she was this woman that really valued education. Herself, she did not have the opportunity to go to school. But alivalue education sana. Na akasema watoto wake, she said, my children will not go to school because I don't have money. No, I will do whatever that I will do so that I can take my children to school. My children are going to be educated. Yeah, she really valued education. Yeah, so she could just struggle. We were just seeing her struggle. Even the uniforms that we used to wear going to school, it was just struggle. We used to struggle. Like most of us, like me, I never used to have a bag. I never used to have, we just used to survive. We just used to survive. Yeah. So she just started that farming just like that. Pole pole, kidogo kidogo, small small, here and there. And as she went by, she started now doing larger scale farming. Yeah, by now she was selling these vegetables. Yeah, she used to sell these vegetables, but not around our neighborhood. No, she never used to sell them there because people never used to buy. People used to say these vegetables are from the sewage, they cannot buy. It used to hurt us so much, you know. Yeah, there's one day I remember that she was selling this vegetable at the roadside, and she did not sell even a single thing because people say that these vegetables are coming from sewage. So she used to sell these vegetables far. She used to just take these vegetables very far where she's not known. And these vegetables were not bad because those were the things that we were surviving on. And by then Nairobi River was not like it is right now. Nairobi River was very clean. Nairobi River was very, very clean. That water, you could even use it to wash utensils and wash even your clothes. Imagine, it was that clean. But people are just people. So as she continued, it didn't deter her from doing whatever that she was determined to do. She continued because she knew, if I don't do this, then my children will die of hunger. If I don't do this, my children will not go to school. They will not have this education that I value so much. So she just survived it. And that's why I say sometimes you don't need to understand what is happening to you or what has happened to you. Just survive it. Just survive it. Yeah, she survived. She closed her ears. She closed her eyes. She just survived because I think she was just looking at us, and we were her strength. I think she used to tell to her mind, I'm going to go on because of these children. These children must go to school. And for sure, all of us went to school. We went to school. We were well educated. At least we can express ourselves through English. We can understand. We can stand for ourselves. And that is what she wanted. So she continued with this farming, regardless the hate, the shame, the embarrassment, the malice, the gossips. She continued. No matter what, she continued. It doesn't matter what people are saying about it. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Sometimes we do things and people are just against us for no reason. Yeah, survive it. Just continue doing you. Continue doing what you're doing. Survive it. So my mom continued doing what she was doing, and she became now a big farmer. She became one of the biggest farmer. In fact, she was bigger even than Shoshomia now. Because I remember there's a time we used to go with her to Makadara. There at the railway station, she used to have also a land there that she was farming. Shoshomia, in fact, that woman, God used her. Even though she's gone, but God used her. She introduced her to that farm also in Makadara. So she used to have a lot of farm. Dude, believe me or not, my mom used to sell produce from those farms. Like maize, she used to sell. Beans, she used to sell in large scale. God just came and blessed the work of her hands. And that's why I tell people, God will always bless the work of your hands. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Don't just sit there and look at your children and say maybe, no, don't look at your children wallowing in poverty. Hmm? Just stand up and do whatever that you can do with your hands, because God is going to bless those hands for sure. So my mom just continued like that, and she became a very big farmer, very Nairobi farmer, where now she divided those lands. There was a land that she used to plant only arrowroots. Tulikuwa tunaita shamba ya nduma. There's a place that she used to farm only sweet potatoes. There's a place that she used to farm sugar cane. And people used to come and buy sugar cane from the farm, especially on Saturday. She used to farm there. And she used to come home with money. So on Saturday she will divide you, people. There's somebody who will go with her to sugarcane. There's somebody who will go to arrowroots. There's somebody who will go to vegetables. Like me, I used to water vegetables. I remember I used to go there and water vegetables. Every evening, I'll go there and water vegetables. Yeah, so that is how we survived. And that is how Nairobi River brought us up. It raised us up. So she even used to have napier grass. And let me tell you, believe me or not, there was a mzee. This mzee was just an angel. You know, God sends for you angels. This mzee used to work here in Nairobi, and I think he used to go to his village every Saturday. Imagine this mzee could pass by our home, take napier grass, and go with it to his village. You'll think that the village there, they have napier grass, but this mzee used to pass by our home on Saturday. He buys napier grass from my mom. It was every Saturday. Every Saturday my mom used to have money. Even if she would sell anything, she used to know. And this mzee used to pay in advance. I remember this mzee used to pay my mom even the money for the person that is going to cut the napier. But my mom used to do it all the work by herself. So she takes all the money. So this mzee used to pass through our home, take the napier grass to the village every Saturday. And that's where my mom used to get money. She used to know there's money every Saturday. Imagine. God is going to bless the work of your hands. It's just waiting for you to work with those your hands. Then He's going to bless them. So she continued farming like that, and she's raising us up, paying everything, school fees, rent, food you used to get from there. We used to get food from there. I remember every Saturday she would go to all her shambas. She'll get for us sugar cane. Because she never used to go to the shamba on Sunday. On Sunday she used to go to church. And she never used to go to the shamba. So she will pass by, come with sugarcane, come with arrowroot, sweet potatoes. We used to have even cassavas. We used to have everything. She'll pass by, come with maize, if this is the season of maize, beans. She'll come back with everything, bananas, everything. So we'll eat it from Saturday, Sunday till Monday. So we never used to have any problem with food. There was no any problem with food. We never lacked food in our home. Even though now the neighborhood used to say that we eat things from the sewage, but us it didn't matter. It didn't matter, Yeah, we used to eat and nothing used to happen to us. In fact, we were so healthy. I always tell my children that I was brought up healthy. We didn't eat a lot of meat. We didn't eat a lot of junk food. We ate good food. Yeah? And most of the time those things were boiled, just boiled, and we eat them. So this woman tried. My mom tried. She tried. She saw us through school. She saw that we ate every day. Even when people don't have food, us we used to have food. And sometimes our neighbors, they never used to have food, but they are ashamed of asking my mom for food because they have already said that my mom eats from the sewage. So they just look at her Hmm? So, Nairobi River raised us up, me and my siblings. We were 6 of us. And everything came from that. Everything that we used to do, everything that we used to own came from Nairobi River. So it went on like that, like that, like that, and so many people came. Not from that my neighborhood. So many people came. There are people who came from very far to come and farm. And they used to go there every day. In fact, that was my mom's job. She used to wake up every day in the morning, goes to those shambas. Every day, she will go to the shamba every day. And I remember the season of beans. So she used to buy maybe a bundle of there's a day that she broke her leg and she was put for that plaster. So she used to put a nylon paper on top of the plaster and goes to the shamba. Imagine, limp to the shamba. Because if she sits there, we will not eat, we will not go to school, the house won't be paid. So she needs to go. I remember her limping and walking and going to the shamba. Imagine, with the plaster. So we used to help her when we are around. So my uncle came with a bundle of to see her, and he came with a bundle of chapati, unga ya chapati. Mm? Mm? So unga ya chapati inaitwaje na kizungu? Nimesahau. Mm? So he came with that unga, a bundle of it. So every day, I remember every day I used to come from school in the evening, go to the shamba, take the maragwe, the beans, harvest them because there were many. Harvest the beans when they are still that tender, whatever. They have not dried. They are just tender. Very nice with chapati and maybe rice. Even ugali, very nice. So every day I used to pass by there. So we used to eat chapati and beans every day. As for us, we never used to care what we are taking. As long as our stomachs are full, it didn't matter. There are times where nothing else matters. As long as your stomach is full, it doesn't matter what has filled it. As long as it is full, nothing else matters. So I remember I used to come from school in the afternoon because I remember in my past video, if you see my past videos, I've talked about how we used to go to school just near. So at lunchtime we used to come home. So I'll come from my house, go to the shamba, put the sack there for the evening beans, and then go back to school. So when I'm coming in the evening, I'll just pass by the shamba, harvest their beans, put them in that casack, come back with them home, prepare them, prepare supper, I'm doing homework, I'm doing everything. But we used to live a good life. At least we cannot complain that there's one day we went hungry. Never. Never. We did not go hungry. Why? God showed my mom, this is Nairobi River now. This is where you can farm. And I thank God because my mom was not those lazy people or choosy people who are choosing, this one I cannot do, this one I cannot do. When she was introduced by that mama, that shosho, she just got in and she did what she had to do for her children to survive, for her children to go to school, for her children to eat. That is where we used to get even our clothes from, books, everything. She never used to have any other job. That is where we used to get everything of ours. That is where we used to get. Don't ask about my father. That one I'm not going to say anything about it. But he was there and we loved him. So my mom used to struggle. She struggled. She saw us through school. That one I emphasize so much. Because sometimes I listen to someone and maybe they are in the interview and they are asked, so where did you reach in your schooling? Oh, me, I reached class 8 because my parents could not. And I look back and I look at my mom and I say, oh no, my mom did this for us by herself through Nairobi River. Respect to that mama. Thank you, mom. Even though you are gone, but wherever you are, keep on resting with angels, mommy. You are a strong woman. You faced the mountains, you conquered, and you walked over them. This woman saw us through school. In this Nairobi, sometimes we talk and somebody says, how? How? How can you be farming in Nairobi? How can farming do this for you? How? And you're in Nairobi? What are you talking about? Are you saying the truth? Yes. Nairobi River. And my third episode of Nairobi River, I'll go there and show you. There's a small part that have been left because people came and grabbed and built there a lot of things. So there is no Nairobi River anymore. The third part of Nairobi River, I'll show you now the pictures of how the videos of how Nairobi River is right now. And the place that now my mom used to farm. The farms that raised me up. Yeah, the third episode now, the third video. That is what we are going to see. So, my mom tried. And you know what? The funny thing that I understand and now I've seen, when we all finished school, when we all finished going to school and everything, and now some of us were working, you know what happened? My mom just stopped farming. She stopped. She could not farm anymore. Even those lands, some people ask her, how did the grabbers grab that land and you did not get even a piece? Because we did not get anything. We cannot say this is where now we were given by the grabbers, or this is where now we grabbed. No. We just saw people grabbing. We just saw people being sold for. We just saw people selling those lands. Yeah? Whereas my mom used to own a lot of them there. A big sections of land. In fact, she used to own a lot. But as we just saw people wakigawana too. People just sharing the lands by them. We just saw. We did not acquire we did not acquire. So many people ask my mom, how? How did it just pass you like that? Why didn't you acquire even a piece? And my mom was like, you know what? I think I was done with it. So Nairobi River did for us marvelous things through God. You know, God is the source, but God will always give you a resource. There's always a resource. God will always give you a resource because He's the source. So He has so many resources. And God just saw my mom and He gave my mom the Nairobi River. Yeah. So I'm so thankful for that, for my mom. I'm so thankful for everything, for God giving my mom that insight of using Nairobi River to farm and put food on the table, take us to school. Because if it was not like that, we could have just be reaching class 4, class 7, class 8, and we are done. Yeah. Some things tungekuwa tunazionea tu kwa view sasa, or just listening to people. You know, knowledge is so good. When you get knowledge, it builds your capacity. It's very good to have knowledge. It's very good to have three things. Knowledge comes from education and from learning, from reading and from everything. It gives you understanding. And then there's wisdom that God gives you. So my mom used to have wisdom. But she said we'll have to, my children they will go to school no matter what, so that they can build their capacity. They can get this knowledge, because that is what school does. It gives you knowledge and builds your capacity. Sometimes you just don't go to school just to, sometimes there's so many people who have gone to school, they have gone even to that degree level, they have done masters, they have done everything, but they don't do whatever. They are not surviving on what they went to school to do. But that thing, that the knowledge they acquired, it has built their capacity. Yeah, and that is what school does to you. It builds your capacity. Someone who has gone to school and someone who has not gone to school, you cannot put them together. They cannot reason the same. True. True. So that is what my mom was fighting for. She knew. She knew. Hmm? She knew. She would understand. She did go to school herself. She knew what it means to lack education. She knew, because she did not go to school. In fact, I saw her. I saw her. I saw her learning how to write her name, because she was just saying, if I just write my name. So she was learning and I saw her learning how to write her name. You see, so she was like, no, my children will not do this. They'll have to go to school and build capacity. And that is what she did. So I'm so thankful for her. She did not give up. She did not give up. Yeah, whatever that she was using, sometimes sometimes I go to that place and I look at Nairobi River and I'm like, what? How? How did my mom do this? Even her, I think sometimes she could just sit down and say, I don't know how I'm doing this. There's sometimes you do something and you don't know how you have done it. You don't know. You really don't know. You just sit down and look back and you're like, what? How did I do this? How did I come through? Huh? Yeah. So that is how Nairobi River raised me up. And there's so many things I can talk about, but I think that's enough now. I think that nimetoa yote. I think nimetoa ile at least sasa you can understand. Because the other video I think nilifika mahali nikaanza kuongea juu grabbing. Yeah, so Nairobi River raised me up like that. The six of us, we were the six of us. And we thank God for her, even though she went to rest. And may she continue resting in that good place with angels. Yeah. So, yeah, next time, see you. Remember to subscribe. If it's your first time to be here, welcome so much. I do appreciate you coming. Remember to like this video. Remember to comment. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I cannot do this without you. Thank you so much. Continue supporting me. Continue supporting me. Like this video. Share, comment this video. Comment to this video, yeah. So, with no further ado, bye-bye.